the Good Brothers came in with a lot of attention. They obviously have been well documented as far as leaving WWE and their plans for their brand, Talking Shopomania, all that. And are you looking at this any differently just because of their reputation and their status in Impact Wrestling right now, or is this just another match for you guys? Like, not to sell them short, but is this just another step until you get to Sunday?
Well, of course, we look at it a little bit differently as like they are a very popular tag team. They have a huge brand across all of professional wrestling across the entire world. They're well known. So we look at it as an opportunity to make a name for ourselves at their expense. So we're not going to sell them short. They're a very good tag team. They're here at Impact for a reason. Impact went out of their way to sign some of the best professional wrestlers in the world in the past 6 months. And the Good Brothers were one of those tag teams. It's a hot free agent destination for these guys. And they've come in and, we consider ourselves the best tag team on planet Earth. And the only way to prove that is to beat teams that fans and writers and everybody around the world seems to think are better. And, some of you guys might be ill-informed and think the Good Brothers are better than us. And it's just an opportunity for us to show that otherwise.
Despite not being the tag team champions right now, do you feel in a way that you're still the stepping stone for teams looking to get into the thick of things and, the measuring stick, just because you had such a decorated tag team title run last year?
Yeah, we said it. We had a little altercation with Fulton and Ace because they're a relatively new tag team trying to make a name for themselves in Impact right now. And we said it. We're like, if you want to enter the tag team division, it starts and ends with the North. I don't care what free agent tag team comes in, whether it's the Motor City Machine Guns, the current tag team champions, rightfully so, or the Good Brothers. If you want to make a name for yourselves, you have to defeat us. And only one tag team's been able to do that in like 400 and something days, and that's Motor City Machine Guns right now. So you'd be absolutely right in that.
And speaking about the state of the tag team division, like, it wasn't as strong as it is now a year ago. Like, you guys were champions, but you have to admit that the Good Brothers coming in and the Motor City Machine Guns just boost it that much more, despite, who claims to be the best team, whatever you may be. But there weren't as many established teams last year as there are right now. So do you feel like, even with everything happening and, going into Sunday facing 3 other teams, that, at least tag team wrestling in Impact is not only the strongest it's been in a while, but, just looking at your contributions to make that happen, do you can you look at it that way despite still trying to achieve something?
Yeah, absolutely. Our goal was to, both myself and Ethan Page, we grew up being fans of TNA, originally Impact Wrestling. And we were fans of all the tag team division they had before. And a lot of crazy and amazing tag teams have come through over the years, whether you talk about the Dudley Boys or anybody else. And then you're right, the talent pool fell off, or maybe the quality of tag team wrestling fell off, and that was our initial goal. We wanted to win the tag team championships. We wanted to make a name for ourselves, but in doing so, we wanted to rebuild tag team wrestling because we love that more than anything else. So now it's become a hot free agent destination for these tag teams. They wanted to come here and they wanted to join in the fun and challenge themselves. And it's better for pro wrestling as a whole, I think, and it's better for us because now we get even bigger and better challenges to make a name for ourselves.
You guys have the record for the tag team championship run, individual reign at 383 days. Now, in terms of Impact, you're a newer team, but you and Ethan have been together for almost 10 years, on and off. The initial goal was a title win, but what's the next goal as a team? Obviously, you want to win on Sunday, but is there another kind of bucket list item that, you really want to accomplish just to establish yourself as a team?
We have a lot of goals, like individual goals. I won't go into those, but like as far as being a tag team, you're right. We've set the record for being the single longest reigning tag team champions in Impact history. We can't say we want to have the most tag team championships ever because that would involve us losing them and regaining them. We just want to have a legacy. We want to be remembered with the other great tag teams in the world. We want people to look at Impact Wrestling and say, you know, I used to be a fan of America's Most Wanted, but man, the North, they were the best tag team ever in Impact Wrestling. We want to make a stamp of our legacy in Impact Wrestling. And the only way to do that is keep beating all these teams, get those tag team championships back, and just, you know, there's a lot of doubters out there, and the only way you're going to change their mind is by proving them wrong.
One of the more interesting things about your team is the dynamic, and I think you're seeing this a lot where sometimes there's a size discrepancy with, you have a prime example of Fulton and Ace, the big man, small man, but with you guys, it's you kind of wrestle similar styles, but Ethan's the loudmouth, and I don't think he would mind me saying that. And you're like the workhorse. So where do you feel like, you look to him to kind of be inspired, and where do you think you kind of help him, like, with those contrasting styles?
Originally, we just complimented each other, as you were saying. Like, what he was lacking in, like, the workhorse, smash mouth style. I was lacking more in, like, the attitude. We've kind of, like, caught up to each other over the past 10 years, as anybody would, but we just try to motivate each other. So if Ethan sees me going at somebody and just, like, giving everything I have, no matter how sore and beat up I might be in that given day, he's going to, it's going to motivate him, and he's going to try to, like, push back, because we both as individuals know that we are two of the best professional wrestlers on earth, and we want to show it day in and day out. We want everybody to recognize that, whether it be fans, reporters, the boys in the back. And the only way we're going to do that is if we keep pushing each other. So, like, that's how we play off each other. That's the dynamic we have. And you can see it in Ethan's work, and you can see it in my work. If you look back a year and a half ago and you watch Ethan Page, and then you watch him for the last few tapings, like, you can't tell me he doesn't have a smash mouth attitude, especially now being in, in an insanely different shape than he was 4 months ago. It's just motivated him even more to push himself. So, like, we just motivate each other, really.
You guys have a big week coming up. The whole company has a big week coming up. You have Impact on Access Tuesday, Talking Shop. This is Bound for Glory. There's really a big build for it just to get to Sunday. So what does your week look like as far, and speaking in terms of mental preparation, but physical preparation, because you still want to, you want to be at your peak when you get to that match on Sunday?
It was about May or June. Ethan and I both made a goal to be ready for Bound for Glory, to be at our absolute best for Bound for Glory, because we knew we'd be putting ourselves in a position to regain those tag team championships at Bound for Glory. So, like we said, when we lost them, we were defending them every single night. Well, everybody's trying to push the two up the mountaintop, and, we might have been beat up and we lost those tag team championships. Not an excuse. Similar to the Machine Guns, were the better team. They won. But we're going to show at Bound for Glory that we're the better team. We're both training day in, day out. There's no days off. Physically, we are in the best peak shape of our entire lives. Like, we were joking the other day that, like, every single day we're in the best shape of our lives, because there's no days off. We just keep pushing, and we've never been motivated like this before, because after Slammiversary, when it was arguably one of the most, like, watched Impact shows in recent history, that riding the momentum from that into Bound for Glory, which is, like, the flagship pay-per-view event for Impact, and knowing that it'll probably have even more eyes on it, we just need to capitalize on that and make a name for the North, make a name for Ethan Page, and make a name for Josh Alexander. So we're going to be ready.
Do you guys take a day off if you win on Sunday? Like, just to celebrate a little bit?
I honestly, I don't think so. It's always just setting a new goal. So, we'll take a deep breath. We'll probably, enjoy ourselves afterwards, but we'll wake up the next day and just start pushing towards whatever the new goal will be. And we'll figure that out when that day comes.
I think, if and when you guys win, we'll be able to expect another epic cheat meal video from Ethan, and I'm pretty impressed by it and a little disgusted at the same time. But you know, I saw the one Taco Bell video and I didn't see you eating. You were focused on driving. So is that another way that you guys complement each other? You you watch him eat and you just focus on what you need to.
Yeah, I can't do that to my body. If I ate like that, I wouldn't recover for at least 2 weeks. So I've learned over the years to understand how my body works, which is far different than Ethan's. I can't go from 260 pounds and chubby to a ripped six pack in 3 months like he did. So I need to be more consistent with everything. So I'll have small little cheat meals here and there, and he'll just smash $40 in Taco Bell in one sitting. But yeah, I'm equally as disgusted as you watching him eat sometimes.
Oh, man. Well, I will say we're not ragging on him too much. Give him props for what he did. He looks great. But I'll close on this. If people aren't familiar with your work, you know, before your Impact run, or if you just want to highlight a match that really exemplifies who you are as just as a wrestler or as a tag team wrestler, can you name one? Like, if people want a really good preview of what they're going to get on Sunday from you guys?
Honestly, you can check out any pay-per-view match that Ethan and I have had in Impact, available on Impact Plus. But if you want to just check out one from me, easily accessible, I wrestled a guy named Judas Icarus in Canada for Pro Wrestling 365 in March or February, I believe. And it's available on YouTube, so everybody can seek it out. And I'm a big supporter of Canadian indie wrestling, as is Ethan. We're both from Canadian indies, and we want to get all the eyes on it we can. So if you can check that out, you will see the kind of wrestling that we have up here in Canada, the kind of wrestling we're trying to get all the eyes on, the kind of wrestling we brought to Impact Wrestling. So that'd be awesome.
There's a lot of Alpha One that just got added to Impact Plus too. I know it was Lariato and Alpha One. So if you guys want to check any of that stuff out, or the matches that Josh mentioned, it's Impact Plus. You can find some stuff on YouTube. And this Sunday, Bound for Glory, the North is one of 3 teams challenging the Motor City Machine Guns for the Impact World Tag Team Championships. You can catch them every week on Access. Josh, thanks very much for your time.
Yeah, no problem.